All right, we are live. Welcome.
Hey,
how are you?
How are you doing?
How are you?
I'm all right.
You are me.
I am you.
And I am you. And you are me. No. Welcome, guys. Ace and Rich, Freedom by Design Live. How you guys doing? And today we are going to be talking about something very, very important when it comes to marketing. Because this is why you're here, right? You're here to, create a life of passion through education and inspiration. That's exactly what we do, right? To inspire you and to think that this is actually possible and it could be, and it can happen for you. Because, we struggled for quite a long time and stuff like that. And, and we figured out how to crack the code on the internet to actually make a living from your home or from the beach or from the stage, right?
Yeah.
Just all over the place, whatever you want to do. But I can tell you guys that, today is all about, figuring out how can we move to the next level in marketing, okay? That's the key. So I'm going to get to that in just a moment. But I just want to welcome you guys. My name is Rich Guzman.
My name is Anastasia Hall, better known as Coach Ace.
And welcome to Ace and Rich Freedom by Design. So let me just go over here and see who is with us in the live. Let's see here. There we go. I want to make sure that we are up and running. And we are beautiful.
There they are. We see ya.
There is. Mandy, what's happening? We never forget about you. So I can tell you, how to take your market to the next level is going to require some things from you, okay? Let's see, hold on. Just give me 1 second, guys.
And while Rich is doing that, let me recap. You guys didn't see us for about a week now because we've been so busy doing a lot of things. And that day that we were going to go live, we actually was being interviewed by Misha Wilson, the founder, creator, and CEO of the Super Affiliate Network. So we were being interviewed on a Top Earners Hangout. So we could not go live that day because we had to prepare for that interview as well. But other than that, we're going to recap a little bit what we talked about. Remember the week before that, in the other episode, we talked about what? Who remembers what we talked about? Do you remember? We did share a day in the life. That was the previous one that we did, right? And then before that, we talked about the conversion mechanism. Remember, we focused on the conversion mechanism. When it comes to affiliate marketing, you need to learn by testing, tracking, tweaking, and also learning about conversions. And how do you get conversions? Through follow-up, by having an email soap opera series, making sure that your autoresponder is top-notch, everything is working and in place, and you have things already set for autopilot, automation, right? And that is so you can have your tools working for you, right? Now, today, we're going to go to the next series. We're going to stick with what we've been doing with this actual step-by-step process because everything takes a process, right? It's a step-by-step process. So today, Rich and I talked about what is the next step. And for many of you, since you guys are beginners, probably have been told that you must have your own capture pages, right? Who here creates their own capture page? I don't want to know what you're using to create it. I just want to know, are you creating your own lead capture pages for your offers, for affiliate marketing? Are you guys creating your own capture pages? Give me a quick yes or no. Let's take a look in the chat.
Another name for it is like lead magnet, okay? Creating a lead magnet is important to attract leads into your funnel. We talked about the funnel before, but this is how we get people on our list so that we can actually communicate with them and build a relationship with them.
Yes, absolutely. So if you are creating your own lead magnets or you have your own capture page that you've been working on, let us know with a quick yes or no. Okay, Regina says no. Okay, Priscilla says not yet. Or I do. Okay, so she does. Okay, so she does. Okay, Regina, no. Adolfo. Hello, Adolfo. How you doing? Good to see you. Okay. And then Rich is also about to stream live on our Facebook. So we're going to simultaneously stream here on YouTube as well as our Facebook fan page.
Absolutely. Just make sure everybody's on here as well.
And
hey, Betsy. What's happening?
If you're not creating your own pages or not creating your own lead mag, don't worry about it. We just want to get a quick inventory poll of who's doing what because that also determines, how fast or how slow you're going in your business, right? Now, pros, we create our own capture pages. We never rely so much on a systemized capture page because it's purely generic.
Yeah.
We like to have full control of our own capture pages by writing our own copy and also testing different graphics and different designs, having the right type of format for collecting the lead, such as their information like their email and their name. We want to make sure that we have this kind of setup so that way when we look in the back office of our autoresponders, remember we talked about autoresponders last week, right?
Yep.
With having your own autoresponder, you get to see the contact's information. You can see their name, their email, and that's all pretty much you need when it comes to collecting leads, right? And you got to be a good email collector.
Yes, exactly. So now the importance really is to make sure that you can really squeeze the water out of the towel, so to speak,
This
right?
is a great analogy, right?
So when I drive traffic or I do anything, I'm always testing, and I'm looking to see how many leads can I squeeze out of that lead magnet, okay, that capture page. So I do this by testing and things like that. Now, I'm not going to say there's nothing wrong if your system has a capture page.
Right.
Test it. Test it, right?
You always want to test it.
And in the beginning, unfortunately, the leads will go into inside the system. But most systems now, like ours, you could actually export your leads and put it in your own autoresponder, which is a nice thing.
Yes.
But in the beginning, there's nothing wrong with using a capture page that's already designed for you to get up and running, just get going.
Right.
But eventually, and the earlier you learn this, the better off you're going to be.
Yes.
Is that you want to make sure that you learn how to create your own capture pages. And, you could use sources like Lead Pages. I have my own plugin that I use on my domain name, which is my own blog. So I could use stuff like, what's his last name? Sean Donahoe, Profit Builder. I love that one. I can play with that one a little bit. I also have old school Optimized Press is old school. I use Optimized Press as well. I still use it. Right now I'm using it. So when I'm running traffic, I just love Optimized Press. So there's different ways of creating capture pages and things like that. But, however, I'm going to leave you guys a little bit of a tip that's going to help you, okay? Build lead magnets and capture pages very, very simple and less inexpensive than ClickFunnels. ClickFunnels costs about $100 a month, and it's not user-friendly. But I could share with you one that I've used in the past that I'm planning on going back to because I really like it, and it is Lead Pages. Lead Pages makes it so simple for you to just get those pages up and running. And here's the cool thing about Lead Pages. If you get the one for $67 a month, you can actually do A/B split testing, which is built in Lead Pages. How cool is that? Think about that. So when I talked about A/B split testing before in the past, I'm going to brush up upon that in just a moment. You can find out what capture pages are getting you the most results. And that's a marketer's dream because we can tell our percentages of how many leads we're getting on what we're doing. So case in point, I have my lead magnet out here on YouTube. If you click below this video, you'll see there's a link there. It says workwithasonrich.com/track, blah, 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 blah. That link tracks the click to lead ratio. And I can tell you my numbers. My number's over 40%. Okay? So I know that's a healthy number. How did I get to that number? Well, I split test. Right? I had one on the capture page for a while and went back and forth, and the other one's a little lower, and I'm like, it didn't work too good. This one worked a lot better, so I'm using that one now. And that is giving me the data that I'm looking for.
Yes.
So now I can leave that alone, right? Now when I run my paid traffic, I do the same thing. Right? This is how we find out what is working in our marketing space, okay? This is why it's so important to learn how to create a lead capture page, okay? But like I said, I've built them so many different ways. I've done it from scratch to HTML back in the day in 2008.
Old school, right?
When there wasn't lead pages, when there wasn't the plugins and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I had to do it through HTML. I had to take code, copy other codes, and make it my own, and use Dreamweaver, broken links, broken forms.
Who has time for that?
Still made sales though.
Nowadays, we got a lot of people that ain't got time for that. They want to just get going.
It's so much simpler now, especially if you use lead pages, right? Depending on your budget, where you are in your budget, lead pages is so much better, so much easier, so much user friendly than ClickFunnels, and I just love it. And they set up pages too to work with different advertising pages like Google or Facebook, and they know how your pages should be. So they'll give you a framework. And here's the cool thing. What they'll do is they will put funnels out there that marketers are using right now. So if they're using like a webinar style funnel, with the traffic,
they'll have the latest
and greatest, yeah.
Up to date.
So yeah, I mean, guys, I'm telling you, I've been around the block. I build my capture pages through Optimize Press. I build my capture pages through plugins, through my blog URL and all that kind of stuff. I've done ClickFunnels. I despise ClickFunnels. I just don't like it. And that's just me. I just don't like it.
You don't like
it. Number one, it's not user friendly. So I can't invite someone into something to spend money that they're going to get stuck on.
Exactly.
Okay? I just can't do it. I just don't have it in my heart to do that. But when it comes to lead pages, I know when somebody goes in there, they can learn it and they can apply the techniques and they could do the A/B split testing and learn A/B split testing the easy way. So I'm going to actually get lead pages again. And when I do, I'm going to provide my affiliate link, and whoever joins with my affiliate link, I'm going to teach them A/B split testing. That is my bonus for you when I go and put that live. It's going to be awesome. Because I think that everybody should learn A/B split testing. That's like a #1 rule when you're testing anything on the internet, right? You can split test bridge pages, you can split test your own sales pages, but we got to keep it simple, right? For a beginner, you got to do it with just the capture page. Right? Because once we know our numbers in the capture page, then we can move to the next step.
Yes.
Let's create a bridge page.
Yes.
Once we create a bridge page, now we know our capture page numbers are good. Now let's find the numbers on the bridge page. And that will let us know how that's working out. So, for instance, if you're doing a bridge page, you got to track how many clicks are going into your sales page, and then how many sales did you get from that bridge page? So if you have 2 bridge pages that you're split testing, right? You can tell what is getting the sale, okay? You can tell like, oh, that bridge page works really good. I'm going to use that one, right? Because you already did your split test for your capture page. That's done. This is how we build the funnel little by little. See? You guys didn't know that, huh? But it's pretty simple. It's a lot of fun.
You guys getting value from this? Give us some likes, some hearts, shares, and on top of that, those of you who are watching us on YouTube, on our channel for Freedom by Design, smash that likes button.
Yeah, I mean, I love lead pages, guys. I'm going to be getting back on board with it because they're always updating their funnels. It's so user friendly. I can just get up and running like this very, very quickly, like with no issues. And you guys can do the same thing too. And with the A/B split testing, they make it very simple because it's embedded inside. Okay, and you could see it'll show you the numbers, so you don't have to try to figure out like, how do I put a code in this page or a code in that page, or a pixel in here, a pixel. You don't have to worry about that because they have it built in, so it'll tell you your percentages automatically, which is really, really cool. So,
I can tell you spend a lot of time on doing things like that.
Yeah, I love creating capture pages. Yeah, so I've created a ton of capture pages, and some bombed, and some done well. So I mean. And I stick with the ones that do well.
Right. But you also use PLS too. I
use PLS too. With PLS, the thing about PLS, they don't have an A/B split tester embedded internally. They have where you could track, but the tracking is not really that accurate. Okay? So that's why I tell people if you're using PLS to use ClickMagic.
ClickMagic,
to do that. And even with
and this is for PLS users who are using PLS.
Yeah.
You have ClickMagic on top of it.
Even with lead pages, I'll still use ClickMagic because ClickMagic is super accurate. So
but when it comes to tracking system.
Exactly. But ClickMagic can be a little complicated when it comes to A/B split testing for a beginner.
So there's a learning curve, just a slight learning curve.
It is.
There's tutorials back there.
But lead pages makes it easier to do those A/B split testing because it's already embedded automatically, and you just click on like, oh, let me look at my numbers. Click one button, and that's my numbers. Oh, there it is. But when it comes to ClickMagic, you have to understand how to read, how to set it up, and understand how that percentage works. Now, what I like about lead pages is they have it like it shows you the numbers immediately. Like from beginning to end, you see the numbers. That's why I want to go back because I really miss those numbers. You know what I mean? The way I used to see them. So really, really awesome.
And they have templates that they can work with too.
Well, that's the beautiful thing. Like it's hard to build a capture page from scratch. Okay, and I don't build capture pages from scratch. I've done it. I don't like doing it. But if I see frameworks already done for me, and I can go, oh, I can put my own words. Cool. I could, and you can learn how it's written out. So they not only do they help you create a capture page or any other pages, they actually teach you how to write the words because you see the actual copy that the marketers use. So that's really, really powerful.
Yes, yes.
But here's the difference between Power Lead System and Lead Pages. There's all types of marketers and Lead Pages that are coming on board, and they'll share funnels, okay? And they'll let you know what funnels are working for them in their marketing space now, okay? And that's really, really cool. Power Lead System, you'll get up-to-date stuff, but for me, I feel like I get a lot more higher quality type of like ideas for my funnels, my capture pages, through Lead Pages. Now, I gotten great ideas from Power Lead System. It's because of my experience. I could take those words and make them into my own. But for someone who's brand new, for someone to see something, you know what I mean, like in front of them, and they can just say, oh, so that's a capture page, and that's the way the writing goes. I can do that. That just gave me an idea because I just read something. You see, ideas sparks from seeing something.
Yes.
Ideas don't spark out of the blue.
No.
Okay? Unless you're like me as a musician, like I get that kind of stuff out of the blue.
Even painters borrow from other painters and great artists before that. They borrow from each other.
Exactly.
You can't look at a blank canvas and go, what do I write today? No, it doesn't work that way.
It's really powerful when you look at something visually and then you get an idea from it.
And you get inspired.
And then it's like, I'm inspired by that.
Yes.
I can create something like that. And then I can test it in my own words because that gave me the idea.
Yes, it is.
And that's a beautiful thing, guys, because it makes it easier for a beginner who's just starting out because they don't understand how to create a capture page. They don't understand how to write the headline in the capture page or the subheadline. They don't get that stuff. But for the beginner, it makes it very easy to understand how to get it going as quickly as possible. And here's the cool thing. You can just press one button, log in, and it connects to your autoresponder automatically. You can choose any list you want.
I like
that. And it makes it so easy instead of grabbing a form code, putting it in. Because when I use like my plugin, I have to grab my form code, right? And it was a bug, but it wasn't a bug. It was something I had to do a certain way that it drove me nuts for a while. But because the way my brain works, I figured it out, right? And then with Optimize Press, you have to grab the code as well. Same thing. Put it in into the page inside inside of Optimize Press in the pages. So that can get a little bit complicated for someone who's brand new. Trust me, because when I was new and I learned Optimize Press, I almost pulled my hair out. I'm not kidding. Whatever hair I have left. I mean, I cut all my hair off, you know what I mean? So I just have long hair. That's what happened. All the hair is gone from all that frustration. Just kidding. But what I'm saying is, it's good to have something that's very simple, straight to the point, to help you build capture pages. Not only that, but what about when you start learning how to create your own webinar pages? That's advanced, but it's also there. How about create your own bridge page? The templates are there. What about creating your own sales pages? The templates are there. And that, I mean, as you grow as a marketer, you start to learn that these things are essential in your marketing.
They're in place for them as at the stage that they're at right now, from beginner to intermediate to advanced.
Yeah, so it's just important, really, guys, to do the A/B split testing. But if you have a platform that's holding you back from trying to build something, it holds you back from your marketing. And that's what I found. Like, whenever something takes me, like, I'm going to be honest with you guys because, you know, we're very transparent. And I was at the event for the Super Affiliate Network. It was in Hawaii. I remember Maui, Hawaii was our second event. It was a Maui Immersion. And I was signing up for ClickFunnels on the spot, and I was following the instructor on how to set up the pages. And oh my God, I was so frustrated. And you know what's funny? It's like I've built pages from scratch. I've done HTML, like I told you. I've done all the greats. I've used them all. But here's the problem. If something's holding me back, I can only imagine how much a new person will be held back.
It would totally hold them back.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So if something is holding you back from moving forward, you need to get out of that. You need to find something that can work in your favor. Like, if it works in your flow, great. But if you're struggling and you can't get things going, You're wasting so much time when you could just get those pages up and running and get marketing and get testing.
Yes, yes.
And you can move a lot faster. Now you're marketing. Now you're moving forward. I got leads coming in.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So that's the difference between two types of marketers. You got one marketer over here who's like trying to figure something out and like, I just got to make it work. I got to make it work. I got to make it work. And you got this guy going, oh, wow, this is pretty simple. I'm just going to like click, point, drag, you know what I mean? And they're just getting going and like, I'm just going to put it out there. I don't care what happens. I just want to just test it, get it going.
Right,
He's got leads coming in already. He's, communicating, following up. His marketing is moving. But you got the other guy saying, well, everybody says ClickFunnels is great. So that he's staying there like for like weeks at a time, trying to figure something out, and his marketing is being held back. As entrepreneurs, we value our time immensely.
Right.
And if something is wasting my time, I am not going to spend time with it.
Exactly.
So what happened was when I was having trouble creating creating the capture page, and I was trying to follow along, I'm like, it was kind of like backwards and inside out and like weird, and there was a bug, and I'm like, I can't take this. So I just did it just for being there and being in the workshop, right? And I'm like, after the workshop, I canceled it. I couldn't take it. So what I did was I hired an outsourcer on Fiverr, and I said, can you do me a favor? You see this capture page? Can you build that for me in Optimized Press?
There you go.
They did it for
That's
me.
how you get stuff done. You know how to do it.
In a matter of 24 to 48 hours, I had the same capture page built.
There you go.
Not in ClickFunnels.
Outsourced.
In my Optimized Press because I outsourced it.
Yes.
And guess what? It was already done. He did my autoresponder. He did the page. Identical. Identical, just the way I wanted it.
I love outsourcing. I said this on the team call one time. We have our own team, Freedom by Design Tribe, and I was telling them, I said, if I can outsource everything in my life, I'll outsource every single thing except sex with Rich.
Well, that came from left field, huh?
I'm just keeping it real. Because you can get anything done. You can get your scheduling done. You can get those follow-ups done. You can get your email soul series done. I mean, everything you pretty much need to run your business, you can get done. But except for,
Okay, I know we usually announce everybody, but we got started pretty quickly today.
Yeah.
I just want to announce and welcome everybody who's on the call today. Betsy, Tracy, Jenny, Warner, Candace. Let's see here. Tracy Lee, I said that before. Who else here? Adam, what's up, Adam Shelton? Welcome to the live, buddy. Mari, Angela. Let's see. Who else here? I'm not going to try to pronounce that name, but I'm going to say Abdi is here as well. Welcome, Abdi. Vicky. Let's see. Adolfo, welcome. My brother from another mother from Puerto Rico. Nice to see you, bud. Let's see. And who else? We got a lot of people on. Wow, look at this.
Ida.
Okay, and then over here on YouTube, let's see here. Mandy, welcome. Priscilla. Danny, welcome to the live. And Regina, welcome. Always nice to see you. And Jenny Morales is here.
Good to see you, Jenny.
Good to see you. And Teresa Morrison, always a pleasure to see you on the live as well. So guys, is this exciting stuff? Is this exciting information? Is this really...
Hello, Lisa.
Is this really making sense, what I'm saying? And this is the thing. I know, this is all about taking your marketing to the next level, because for me, I don't want to be held back.
Yeah.
Even if I'm new, if things can be a little bit more simpler to get me going, that's what I want. That's what I'm looking for.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Because here's the problem with most marketers online. They forget how they started. They forget, right, where they started. So they think that you're going to be able to do well at the current state that they're in. And that's not the case. It's not the reality.
That's true.
So you have to, like me, I never ever forgot what it was like when I first got started. I never, ever forgot. So I can't tell you to say, hey, you know what? I want you guys to use Profit Builder, because that way you guys can build some capture pages like I do and use Optimized Press. Notice I recommend the lead pages. Now, why did I do that? Because I know for a fact that for me, it was very, very simple in the early days. The other stuff was tougher, but that was the most simplest form of creating pages I've ever seen. Okay? Really, really powerful. So that's why I remember what it feels like. And what marketers do, most of them,
They-
is they teach you from their current state.
Right, right.
And when their current state, they went through so many hurdles, but they forgot where they started, how it made it simple for them. Like, where did they found that boundary that was simple? Okay?
Right.
Once you learn, you can move to the next thing and get a little more complicated and learn more stuff. That's fine. But as marketers, when we're brand new, as an affiliate marketer, when you're a beginner,
Right.
you don't have time to waste. You got to get that stuff going. You got to,
And this is another key thing about starting out as a beginner, is because you don't want to forget where you're starting from, because now's the time where you can start sharing your journey, your mistakes, your failures, and what you've discovered that actually is working, and at the same time teach it to your audience, teach it to your following and your fans. Share it with them, because what happens is they're going along that journey with you. They can resonate, they can follow along. But
Yes.
if you wait till you're successful and then you start teaching it, they can't follow that.
that's the
Yeah.
that's the problem.
Yeah, they can't follow that because you're already at your goal.
Yeah.
They want to go with you when you started with nothing and then work your way up.
Well, let me give you an example before we take Q&A. So this example I'm going to talk about, let's say, there's two marketers, right? You have one marketer over here, you have another marketer over here. Let's say they're both leaders, they're very successful, but this one marketer over here is actually telling you that you need to split test. You need to focus on split testing, but they don't tell you what the easiest form, what the more simplest way for you to get going and learn split testing, right? That's one marketer. The other marketer can say, okay, I have a way for you. This way is very simple, and if you follow this way, you're going to be able to move a lot quicker and understand what split testing is about without the coding, without the hassle, without the crap, okay? That's the two different scenarios. You have to focus on what's going to work for you and make things simpler for you.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
I can only go from my experience. I can only go from the headaches I've been through.
Yes.
And what's going to make it easier for you guys, okay? More simpler, so that way you guys can get going and go, wow, I'm learning split testing, Rich. This is awesome. I'm creating 2 pages, and I can see right now my numbers. I can see, I know what you mean now. This says 30%. This says 40%. This is a better capture page. I got to use this one.
We have a student on our team,
But
Connie,
not
she
so
was doing
fast.
that,
Hold on.
right?
Right, but not so fast. Now that you got a winner, let's have some fun. Let's create another capture page, change another element, and go against the winner. Think of it as a heavyweight fight, right? A boxing match, a karate match,
More like a video game.
right? A video game. One's battling against each other.
Right.
It becomes a lot of fun. When you learn this type of marketing, it becomes a lot of fun, guys. A lot of fun.
We actually had fun. It was kind of like a different sexes with the capture pages. So one was made with a female perspective, the other one was made with a male perspective, and Rich did a split test between the male and the female, and we wanted to see which one gets the most highest opt-in rate.
And you think you know, but you don't know until you put it to the test.
And that's when it became a game, and Rich and I were just like, well, let's see which one's going to win. And we just sat there and we let the thing run, and what did you find out?
Well, I thought that the more female capture page was going to attract more women, and actually attract more men. So I was very surprised. I'm like, wow, there's a little pink over here. You know what I mean? And I did this on purpose, thinking it didn't. It attract more men.
It attracted more men.
Yeah, that was weird because what you think
Yep.
you don't know it's pretty
So
exist.
let me just say this. Some of you who are here have this notion that you're in a stay-at-home mom business, and you think by putting pretty little purple and pink colors and all that stuff that you're going to attract a bunch of women into your business and make it as feminine as you can possibly make it. Be honest, that might not happen. You don't know until you put it to the test.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you're going to attract more men. You see, your demographics are going to change. People think because they have a women business that's women owned that they think they're going to attract more women. Wrong.
No.
Until you put it to the test, you'll find out through your demographics what will happen. You'll attract more men. And that's how you find out. You have to do a test.
All right, guys, it's time for some Q&A.
Kind of an eye-opener, huh? That was an eye-opener right
Oh
there.
yeah, absolutely.
That is an eye-opener.
It's time for the Q&A, guys. We're
Yes.
here for you. It's time to answer any questions that you have
Yes.
about what we talked about, especially. We like to keep the topic congruent. So any questions you have about what we talked about today, I'll be more than happy to elaborate and answer some questions for you. Mm-hmm. Right.
Regina says, I'm still a total noob.
So when you ask the questions, guys, be sure to
Yep.
put a Q next, right before you start the question, because we have a lot of people on here from both platforms. I want to make sure that we take those questions first.
Yep, so put a Q first, and then we'll go ahead and answer your question. But I see Teresa Morrison says, aha, so same capture page to different solo ad vendors, or is that too unpredictable?
Same capture pages, different solo ad vendors. You know what's funny? You know, one capture page can convert a little higher than a different capture page with a solo ad vendor. I'll tell you why. Because some solo ad vendors, they don't know how, they're not as experienced. So you can't go by that.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you have to go with a real experienced solo ad vendor. Make sure that you know the credentials and everything, because let's say two scenarios, you have an experienced solo ad vendor and an experienced solo ad vendor. With this, an experienced one, they don't know how to actually broadcast properly to get more clicks. They don't know how to write the right copy to get more clicks. And then over here, that person's already experienced, looks at your capture page. A good solo ad vendor will look at your capture page, know what it's about, right? And maybe even look at the sales page and write something congruent that has something to do with that offer, okay? And if they do that, then you'll get a higher click-through rate. So it's hard, you know, I mean, right now I'm testing different traffic right now. I'm testing banner ad traffic. And it's all USA traffic, no, you know, 80%, 90%. It's all 100% USA traffic. It's a little bit more expensive, not too much, but it's going to let me know the quality of traffic that's coming in.
You don't know until you put it to the test.
You don't know until you put it to the test.
Manny Priano says, I love that you guys laugh. I love that you guys laugh at these things. Question, is that the only program for capture pages? Is there something if you have a smaller budget starting out?
I know they have a smaller budget, but you won't have the A/B split test. So if you have ClickMagick, you can learn the split testing to ClickMagick and use the lesser amount for lead pages. I know they have I think it's like 30 something a month, but you don't get that A/B split test. I think the A/B split test is 67 a month. So.
Let me see here. A question from Vicky Martin says, Q, how do I promote my IM Virtual Mastery in my back office?
IM Virtual Mastery, you're talking about the internet
Super affiliate event that's happening in Reno. That's just the virtual one, though.
Oh, are you broadcasting it to your list?
Good question,
yeah,
Rich.
Did they have those pages created for you? You should be able to have that. I know that the seats are like filling up fast.
Yeah, the live event is going to be, you know, it's like you don't really know because your list is all either generated traffic from yourself or your own capture pages, or you got, you know, leads imported for you, or you drove paid traffic through, you know, ads and Facebook PPC. Like, you don't know until you test it. So if you're not sending it to your list, then that's probably what you're missing out on, is to find out the quality of the response rate of your leads on your list are going to react to that kind of email campaign. You won't know until you test. So try that.
Yep.
Betsy Stevens, hey, she says, Q, I was curious, how do you do with Instagram? Do you get many leads in there?
Honestly, to be really frank with you, we're just starting to really heat up Instagram. We've gotten leads from Instagram. We do get leads from Instagram still. Not a lot, because we really haven't put much focus on it.
Right, we haven't.
But we are starting to heat up with it right now. Once we do, we'll get a lot more consistent leads coming in. Our focus really was more on Facebook and YouTube, and that's really our primary focus.
Yes.
We're gonna, like I said, but we are gonna start doing some stuff on Instagram. Yes. But you can generate leads on Instagram if you follow a strategy. Here's my philosophy on the whole marketing thing, guys. You want to have one paid marketing strategy. You want to have one free marketing strategy.
Yep.
And focus on that first before you start moving to other platforms.
That's how you have that fine balance.
Exactly.
Yes.
We do YouTube and Facebook now because we've done Facebook for a while.
Right.
Now we moved over to YouTube, and now we got that down to to a science. Now we're going to be working on Instagram, and then we're going to get that down to a science. And once we do that, then we'll move on to something else. We don't do everything at once.
No.
We do one at a time because they learned that from the compound effect from Darren Hardy, and it works.
Right.
Yeah.
Marie Angela Alvarez Icaza says, how do you find good solo ad vendors?
Good solo ad vendors, it's just testing. You gotta test it. You gotta find out. What I like to do is this is why it's good to create your own capture pages. When I test, I put the name of the vendor in my web form. So when a lead comes in and a sale comes in, I could track that sale and find out what solo ad vendor they came from. So that's a little trick that you could actually do when you create your own capture pages.
Tracy Lee says, Q, is there a particular capture page that just blows away the rest of them?
You know, as far as you just got to keep testing, man.
Yeah.
There's not like one.
There's no definite answer for something like that. And I've heard this question before, and this is a new marketer question.
Yeah, there's not
they want to have that one capture page that actually could blow all the other ones away.
Well,
you don't know.
You can get to that point when you test. You have to go through the testing phase.
You gotta
like,
test different
I have
pages.
a top secret capture page. I share it with no one.
Once you find that magic number.
Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna. I mean, come on.
You don't. You don't share it with anybody. It's your baby.
You work how many like months trying to test and track and tweak and all of a sudden.
Think about this guy being in a lab, okay?
Yeah, I mean,
he's like putting the things together, and as he's building his pages.
Yeah,
Once he finds the one that works, there is no way in hell anybody's gonna find out about it.
I have one capture page. I can tell you guys.
Yeah.
That, and she saw the numbers, scary numbers. Like it converted over 80%. Ridiculous. Redonkulous is probably the right word.
Yes.
But I mean, I did a lot of split testing for months to get to that number. So, but that's learning the craft, learning the skill, right?
That's the work it takes to create these types of formulas that do work. And the only way to do them is through trial and error and testing.
And this is why it's important to really do split testing.
Yes.
Because you can really find out what's working in your marketing. And like I said with the tracking, right? Like you were asking about before about when, like, what was that last question? It was from, what's her name?
Mari?
Was it Mari?
When she asked how to find good solar vendors?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is how, when you can control more in your marketing, when you can control more in your capture pages, your form, because when you create your own capture pages, you're getting your form from Aweber, right? Unless you use lead pages, they just do it for you automatically. You can see exactly where that lead is coming from. You can see what solo ad vendor, you can tell.
Yes.
You can tell. Like I have one email and it's designed only for my leads. That's it. There's no other emails going in there. It's all just leads.
Right.
Separate Gmail for that.
Yes.
And I know that when I open up one of those, like I could tell, like if I see a sale come in, I can tell like, oh, that's that's solo ad vendor there. That's my banner traffic. That's what. Oh, that traffic source. That's where that came from. I gotta go back there. See, if we can measure and we can learn and we can track.
That's the whole point of being a marketer, like you've been saying since day one.
You know where your stuff is working.
Yes.
So that's the key.
Some people, misconstrue the idea of running a business on the internet and becoming an affiliate of this program, that service, and this product. And then what happens is they lack. It's just ignorance, really, honestly. It's just ignorance where they just literally just want to sell the product and make money, and that's it. Honestly, you're going to have a less advantage over the person who took the time to invest into their intellectual capital, to learn how to be a marketer, and to get the right mentorship and coaching with the right service system and program.
Isn't that true?
To learn how to create their own shit so that they can have a higher advantage over the person who doesn't want to do the work.
Yeah, I'll be going over some training on the Inner Circle, which is our...
I said it.
We have a private Inner Circle Facebook group that we do our training for our team.
Right.
When we get to the point of that portion of the training, we're going to be showing, some split testing and things like that.
Let me see here. Scroll back up. Right there.
What's up?
Right there.
Where?
Vicky Martin. She said, thanks. Hold on. Go back up. Right there. Right there. Thanks, Q. Thanks, guys, for the answer. I have the recordings in my back office, so not sure if I should offer them as a bonus for people who buy a ticket to the event or individually as a product, etc.
Bonuses are always good. If you could think outside the box and you could create your own bonuses, it's definitely a good skill set to have because I'll give you like a couple tips. People love like done for you and done with you. I'll leave it at that.
I'll give you another tip. It's one thing to sell a ticket. The other part is to make sure that they show up.
Yep.
Okay? So work on that follow-up because that follow-up is very, very key.
That relationship is key.
The relationship is key. So let me go back over here to YouTube. We have Mandy who says, let's see. Will you have a training to do capture pages within PLS for now? Effective ones.
There's training back there in the back office.
They got it already back there.
It's already back there.
Regina Hahn says, Aweber will track all that?
Aweber can track all that. If you create your own capture page, when you go to the web form builder, when it asks you to name it
inside Aweber,
in the third step where you put your thank you page, like it tells you what you want to name it, and that I always put like whatever traffic source that I am running.
Yep, and figure it out. Like stuff that you don't understand, go into Aweber, look for their tutorials. I'm sure they have a way of learning how to do it.
And Aweber, I can say,
yeah.
out of all the autoresponders that I've been a part of my whole life, and since 2008, Aweber has been the most simplest autoresponder for new people.
Great for new beginner marketers. Yeah. Absolutely, I agree.
That's what they do. Got down packed. That's newbie friendly. That's for sure.
Any more cues?
Nope.
Marie does. Marie says, "Do you have an opinion on buying clicks versus buying leads?" Oh, does he? Good question.
Oh God. I don't like buying leads because they don't know who I am. Number one, but if I'm actually buying clicks, I generate them, and then they can go to the list and they can find out who I am. Right? They can find out who I am from the get-go. Like I want to give them value up front. Yeah, I'll sell to them immediately and stuff like that, but I also want to be able to communicate with them, share who I am, share our story, right? That way they feel like they know you, they like you, and they trust you. You have to think about it. It's like, out there, not from the virtual world, but out there in the real world, right? You got to think about it. It's the same thing. If you go up to somebody, you communicate, you know what I mean? You build a new relationship. It takes a little time sometimes because they don't know you. If somebody comes up to you right now, like, let's say you went shopping and you had a stranger come up to you, would you be like, whoa, who's that? You feel kind of weird, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
It's the same thing, guys.
Exactly.
Same thing, but how do we combat that? What's the strategy behind that? Email marketing, right? We pick at them a little bit at a time. They get in our emails, and they get warmed up, and they start to find out who we are, and they can begin to like us, and the ones that like us, buy from us.
Yeah. And one of the things that I want to point out too, and I'm pretty sure we're going to talk about this on the Hot Seat Coaching Call on Friday, so don't miss that. It's going to be at 4 p.m. this Friday here on this channel, okay, as well as on Facebook fan page where we're going to have our Hot Seat Coaching Call where you can bring more of your questions if we didn't get to you. But the thing is, I like what Rich said when it talked about the relationship. And when you get junk mail, right? You guys get junk mail all the time. They're never going to stop that. We can go through as far as the 2020 of the year, and they'll still send you, junk mail. And the thing is, you get these offers for, Lending Tree, right? You get like some type of loan for, say, here's $40,000, right, to keep you more in debt. So they want you to participate, fill out the form, send it in, and qualify for pre-approved loans. And here's what Rich said to me that was really awesome. He said to me, they can keep sending me all these offers, but they're not doing anything for me. Tell them what you said.
Okay, so you ever notice how you get those junk mails in your regular mail in your post office box? You guys know what I'm talking about? It's marketing. It's been happening from the dawn of time. You just didn't know it was marketing. But now that you are an entrepreneur, because you are an affiliate marketer, when you sign on the dotted line to be an affiliate marketer, you sign the dotted line to become an entrepreneur. And that's what they do. They own their own businesses, and they send you these credit card offers. They send you these Lending Tree offers. Right? It's the same thing that you're doing with email marketing. But here is the difference. If you're not giving value, there's no reason for me to buy. So when I opened up the mail, I go, trying to sell me again. Trying to sell me again. Trash.
Right.
Same thing happens with your email marketing. But if you can stick outside the crowd and be different and say, what can I do to inspire this human being's life for one day? What can I say to lift them up? Maybe they're having a bad day. Talk to them like a normal person, not like a robot, in those emails. And you'll get good at pulling at emotional strings, heartstrings, mental strings.
Yes.
Right? And they'll pay attention. And they'll be like, wait a minute, not trash. What is this? You guys get, that was a big aha, wasn't it? It's a big aha.
And that's what I'm saying, like with what
you got aha off that one.
Vicky Martin was talking about, you know, what if I give him that offer? Honestly, I don't promote that offer. I don't need to. You know, I literally don't. There's so many other offers I can actually market to make the actual commission on versus trying to sell a ticket to an actual live event.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that would be more for my buyers People who are familiar, who've been in my list for a while, they know my words.
Oh, they already bought.
They already bought. They know my emails really good because they've been opening them and they've been seeing them. But if you try giving that right away to somebody and they haven't even opened your first email, what makes you think you're going to try to make a sale off of one email to get them to a live event? I'm just keeping it real. Ain't going to happen. You see, I'm just letting you know. The only way you could actually make a conversion from that is to actually be more in their face and more sharing of value and content that really makes them think, and it pulls on their heartstrings and it makes them feel some type of emotion. So when you get good at writing like that over and over and over, then you probably might be able to get somebody to a live event and buy a ticket to go to an event.
You know, it's so funny when somebody signs up to be a marketer on the internet and they forget that all the mail you're getting at home in your post office, it's the same thing as email. It's only physical, virtual. It's the same thing. It's no different. So you have to look at that and really be aware of what they're doing. But here's the problem with these big businesses. If they're not willing to change into the thank you economy, like Gary Vaynerchuk talks about, they're going to lose in the long run.
Yeah.
They're going to lose in the long run.
Yeah.
If they're not giving value, if they're not sharing a story, if they're not, inspiring them to be better, right? Helping someone, then they're going to lose a lot of business.
And be honest, we've been in sales, and this is sales, whether you like it or not, painted picture, whatever, you can slap a big old trash bag over it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's sales 101. And here's the thing. These guys who actually sell big ticket items all their lives in the brick and mortar industry, offline, they go to all the sales webinars they want to learn, but you know what? They lack one thing, and that's the relationship. They lack that
key.
part.
That's so
key. If the moment that you start treating people cold, they walk through that door and they look at that first car and they're like, oh, they're interested in that car, and you start spending at least 5 to 15 minutes with them and having an engaged conversation, that person may buy from you. That customer may buy from you again next quarter when they're ready to trade in the car. But if you come in and you go, oh, you're not ready to buy? Anyway, let's go to the next person. Immediately, they can feel the difference. They can feel when they aren't wanted.
So I want to ask you guys a question before we take our last question of the evening, okay?
We'll go with Shelton.
Right. Yeah. No. Before, okay, this last question.
Yep.
I want to ask you a simple question, okay? You guys want to know how me and Ace made the big bucks? Or better yet, give me an answer. What do you think happened for us? How did we make the big bucks? How did we make the big commissions? Mandy's like, hell yeah! How did we make tens of thousands of dollars online? How did we do it? And still making more, right? It never stops while we're sleeping, traveling. Here it is. Being personable and creating a relationship and really caring about someone's success. Okay? We always follow up with everyone.
Yes.
Don't even care if they're a dollar trial. I don't care if their circumstances can't go to another level, pro or Maui or
even if they're
all
unemployed.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
This is how we've made a lot of money on the internet, because we never judged anyone. We never said that this person, we shouldn't even work with them or spend time with them and stuff like that, right? Everyone is equal across the board. And what happens is people, they feel the need, because of that reason, to upgrade.
Yeah.
They're like, wow, they're not even trying to sell me. And it's true. We don't try to sell anyone, right? We focus on the relationship, number one. What are their circumstances?
Yes.
What can we do to help them with their own circumstances? Because, number one, we remember our own circumstances. When we were homeless, when we were in the Motel 6, when my laptop got stolen from a drug dealer. Okay? I remember all of that. I remember working at a part-time job. I remember asking for full-time. I still remember.
I remember begging for food.
And I remember to never, ever, 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 ever forget those circumstances.
That's right.
And this is the reason why we've been able to earn tens of thousands of dollars. Right? And the old Jersey way, keeping it real. That's what we do.
Yes.
And that's why we're different from a lot of other people. There's nobody like us on the internet at all. At all. We are like the cream of the crop, man. We're like so unique, so different. We are not like anybody. Go to somebody else's channel.
Halloween ain't for another 31 days. You
You're
can
gonna
pretend to be Ace and Rich on Halloween night,
Yeah.
but it ain't the same.
Go to another channel. You'll see how like the similar it is with everybody else. That everybody is following a certain pattern, certain way. You know, they're being taught, don't spend time with this person. Hey, listen. First of all, what if Misha didn't actually spend time with us in the beginning? I want you to think about that for a second.
Yeah.
Because we weren't pro, but Misha contacted us. And he communicated with us. He built a relationship with us. And guess what? We went pro like that. We didn't have the money,
We figured it out.
but we had taxes coming.
Mm-hmm.
And we jumped on that with the perfect timing. We took our tax return and we went pro.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, we hustled our asses off.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And we took that income and put it right back in and rolled up to the next level.
And when we didn't have enough income in our jobs, he got more hours, and I stayed to work later as well.
You see? So you have to look at all the people out there. People forget where they start.
Mm-hmm.
All they think about is currently at their state where they're at.
And let me say something. I'm going to say this before we go, and then we're going to take Adam Shelton because we don't want to miss him. If it means for you in your situation, you ain't got no money, and you trying to run a business, let me tell you something. If it means staying up a few late nights, waking up a couple early mornings, picking up a couple extra shifts, making sure that you get back to work and get a job, just so you can take that temporary sacrifice just for a little bit, maybe 60 to 90 or 100 days, however you got to do it.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
That's what
if
I
your
did.
dream is big enough that it scares you and it's worth putting in those extra pieces of time, trust me, it's worth it, so that way you never have to do it again.
No, I mean...
That's how you fire your boss.
No, you shouldn't, because, you know, I had to go back to work and
That's
everything,
right.
and I had to do what I had to do. And that's why I never, ever forget when I talk to someone,
Yep.
they could have all the money in the world,
Yes.
they could have no money.
And don't say you can't, because
It doesn't-
can't. There's no such thing
it
as
does-
can't. It's
to
just
me-
you won't do it.
To me, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What matters to me is, like, are you hungry?
You gotta be hungry, man.
And if you are hungry, then I will feed you the knowledge.
That's right.
All right, last question.
We can only give so much here. Let's go back to Adam Shelton. Go back up.
Where is he?
There he is, right there. Go back up.
Up.
Up more. Up more. You'll find it. It'll say.
Oh, my Lord.
I
This
know.
person.
Hold on. I'll see it. Adam Shelton, he had a question. He said, what is your opinion about ClickMagick and QLiker?
I never used QLiker before. I'd be willing to try different tracking. But, I mean, I've been using ClickMagick for so long that I'm so used to the functions and things like that. So, but, I mean, I never tried QLiker before. That's weird. I never heard of it. I've never heard of QLiker. So that would be interesting. I'll probably go on YouTube, check out QLiker. Mm-hmm. I get some reviews.
Yes.
Hey, look at that. See, guys? A little marketing tip for you. I'm going to go look at a review. Go pick up some keywords and choose review after it and review some stuff. You'll get traffic.
I like what Adam Shelton wrote. He said, great value. Fire the boss by June 11, 2019. Make it happen. When you put a date on a deadline,
that solidifies
on your
that
goal,
you're serious. Yeah.
You're serious.
Yeah.
You got a date. You're putting it out in the universe. You're like, by this date, I'm putting it there. Even if you don't make it or you come close, it's because you are willing to do whatever it takes, come hell or high water. It's going to happen, Shelton. You got that right.
Exactly. And I'm telling you, like...
Isn't that what we did?
Yeah, well, I mean...
We put a date on it.
Yeah, and you put a date on it.
Yeah.
No, actually... No, I surprised you.
We said we would give it a year.
Yeah, but I didn't tell you what date.
No.
I just surprised you. I said, you can quit now.
Yeah. I gave
quit.
myself a good year,
Yeah.
just like you did, Shelton. And then what happened was it ended up 15 weeks.
I stayed an extra year. I actually could have fired.
gung-ho.
I actually could have fired my boss in 2016.
Yeah.
But I did stay an extra year, and the reason why I stayed an extra year, my mindset was a little bit different. It's like I wanted to create so much capital for my business at the same time that I was earning money, I saw like all this extra income coming in besides the business and the job, that I was just like rolling in the dough. Business, dough from the business and dough from the job. So I took that money and I was like, wow, I got a lot of extra money for advertising. Now I can really hit it hard. And that's what I did. And that's why I always tell everybody, use your job to fund your dreams. And you can make it happen. All right?
Yes. So real quick, guys, before we go off the air, I want to thank each and every one of you for taking the time to join us here on this live broadcast for our Freedom by Design affiliate marketing training for beginners. Tune in the same time this Thursday.
Same bat channel.
Same bat channel. And don't forget, put it on your calendars right now. We want to have an outstanding attendance this Friday, because what we're going to be doing is taking your questions about marketing, questions about making money online, questions about mindset and entrepreneurism at its finest. Bring it to us. Come and bring it, and you get in the hot seat this Friday, 4 p.m. Make a promise to yourself. Say, I'm not going to miss it. I want to be coached by Ace and Rich this Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check your time zones. Make sure you book that, because every Friday, that's what we're doing. We're here to help you go to the next level. And on top of that, get unstuck. That's what we do.
Also, Freedom Warriors, be sure to make sure that you don't forget about our training on Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Because what are we going to talk about?
They got to come. We don't know. We never know until that day of it.
No, I know.
Oh, you know?
And you forgot already.
Oh, geez, what is it?
I always get it. We're going to be training on broadcasting. This week, we're going to be training on
that's right.
broadcasting. Okay?
So you guys make sure you have your own autoresponder to follow along what we're going to be teaching this Thursday. Okay?
Absolutely. This is where the rubber meets the road.
It sure does.
Okay? Love you guys. Appreciate you. And we'll see you on a new live very soon. Ashley.
This Thursday.
Okay? Bye, guys.
See you guys.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.